Hello and welcome to a new HELiOS short clip for version 2024. This video is about the new possibilities for exporting files in HELiOS. We can now benefit from a unified mapping. This helps you to define different attribute mappings that can then be used in various areas, such as exporting, printing, emailing, drag and drop, downloading via the HELiOS internet server, or that can even be addressed to the API. This means that these attribute mappings can be used to export documents from HELiOS in different ways. Let me show you where you can set these new attribute mappings. You can see it here below. Here we can choose, for example, Configure, and then, as we know from other mapping dialogues, create a new configuration. I will quickly demonstrate it. I enter a meaningful name and can then, as usual, select various attributes. For example, the article number. I can enter fixed text or perhaps also use document attributes. And these specified attribute mappings are then used to generate the file name when I export documents from HELiOS or output them as a PDF file, or want to send them by email or similar. So, we have already created our new attribute mapping. I can close the window now. Let me show you the procedure with a little example. I select these two files and choose Export File. We see the option Export via Attribute Assignments and confirm with OK. We see here below the default attribute mapping is selected. We can also use the other attribute mappings in all these dialogues. You can see that by default only the document number is the generated file name. If I change this, you can see the article number here. There are several articles here, for example. These can also be selected. When I have defined my article, you can also see the article number for the generated file name here at the beginning. In version 2024, the option of sending the files as an email via the dialog has also been expanded. And we now also have the option of exporting everything directly as a zip archive. This means that you can also attach it as a zip archive to an email if you don't want to have too many individual attachments. I'll just show you this briefly so that you can imagine it better. The files were successfully exported. We see that HELiOS put the two documents into the zip archive with the corresponding file name. Another new function that I would like to show briefly might also be interesting for you. It's the possibility to export entire project structures. Then the project structures are created as directories. The documents in them are stored as files, for example in the Explorer, with the attribute mappings that were selected. I will show you that briefly. We first open the project context menu. We select the function Export Files of Project in the output area. The dialog has been expanded in the lower area. We activate attribute assignments. Here we choose Use only the project, or also export the sub-project structure, including the content. We'll now do the same for the substructures, so we get different directories for the main project and the four sub-projects. The directory name is always defined as the project number. Let's take the directory we just used. Here below you can see all the documents in the directories. Here we can specify that we want to use our newly created mapping, and then we export. That worked well. Let's take another look at the result. Here is the main directory of the export. The name corresponds to the name of the main project. You can also see the subdirectories. These have the names of the subprojects accordingly. In the directories you see the documents together with our newly created attribute mapping. That's it. Thanks for watching. See you soon.